Alright, hello everyone. Silent Scarlet here, and this video is going to be a bit different than ones I usually make. It's actually going to be a discussion video about Overwatch 2, or now just Overwatch, but yeah. So as some of you may know, the new Season 1, Reign of Talon, is out. And a lot of people are happy. A lot of people are just always going to be upset, and that's just something we're going to need to learn.
Take it easy, alright?
There are going to be those people in communities
That one was all me.
that just refuse. They'll still play the game, but they just will refuse to be happy with the game, the community, or the company, or multiple things. This game is very special to me. I first found it when one of my older sisters introduced me to the first one, and I've been a humongous fan ever since. This game, even from just a solely gameplay only thing, is still in 2026, 10 years later from its release to now, it's still one of the most revolutionary games to ever come out. Like, yes, if it was not for TF2, this game would not exist. But seeing a hero shooter, team-based FPS, whatever, win Game of the Year made a lot of game companies scratch their head. Because during that time, so many game companies were honestly thinking of Overwatch as a joke. This just looks like worse COD or Battlefield. But one thing Overwatch did better than those
You just can't compete.
is it had some of the most expansive lore in a game. Like, in 2 games, this game has just as much lore and depth as FromSoft has done in 3 games for the Dark Souls series. Think about that. In 2 games, a team-based shooter has done almost more lore than Dark Souls set out to do in 3. Now, yes, this is because Dark Souls lore is harder to figure out. To this day, we still don't know the full story, even though it's been almost 10 years since Dark Souls 3's release. Meanwhile, on Overwatch, we know just about everything. Like, yes, there are some things like what's controlling Emre, or things like that. But there are multiple things that we just do not know. in the Dark Souls series that if they were in Overwatch, we would know. Anyways, going to the main topic I was gonna get at. It is time we move on from the PvE part of Overwatch 2 being scrapped. It's been almost 4 years since this game came out. It is time we all just move on. I was, like a lot of people, upset at the fact that Overwatch 2 was not going to have its PvE. Because, like a lot of people who are mad, Overwatch 2, well, not Overwatch's lore in general is what got a lot of us into the game.
They just can't compete.
Quadruple kill. Quintuple kill. Sextuple kill.
And now, say what you want about it, but the Vendetta Reign of Talent cinematic was amazing, animation-wise.
Double kill.
Say what you want about the fact that Doofus might have died, or that she just kind of appeared out of nowhere and just defeated the original villain. I might release a theory video about that. I don't know. It all depends on how this discussion video does. But overall, we just need to accept that, well, yes, this game does have lore.
The perfect world is shaped by my.
At the end of the day, this is a fair versus fair shooter.
I have such impeccable taste. High time for a change. I am sympathetic, you know.
So,
Vishka's finest shield. This is brilliant.
we need to move past the PvP.
Don't bother suing for damage.
Double
A volatile creation.
triple kill.
Well,
Quadruple
that
kill.
was expedient.
Another point I'm gonna bring up
Activating defense array.
is actually what I'm going to call the shooter beef. People on both sides are making it their life's goal to make it so rivals in Overwatch cannot coexist. Like, only one can be the name of, like, the face of Team Shooter. When
Double kill.
both have helped each other. If it wasn't for rivals, we would not have gotten Domina, Mizuki, Jetpack Cat, Emery, and fucking Honoron all at the same time. They would have been trickled out over multiple seasons. And we're getting 5 more this Overwatch year.
Let's give this a try. They won't like this.
And also, there are some things that rivals changed just because Overwatch was getting serious.
Someone's
But overall, both are helping each other.
火雨纷天。
And I don't think there is a single thing wrong with that. I have high hopes for this game. I will, even if this game is at its low, I will still play this game. This game is very special to me,
Major pack unlocked.
and is honestly the only game I'm taking semi-seriously right now. As many of you guys know, I've essentially quit Dark Souls 3
Who's next?
because I realized that the game was just making me
Busy work.
way more toxic than I should be.
Bob, do something.
But
Double triple kill.
They don't call me an outlaw.
Quadruple kill.
overall,
Always count on you, Bob.
Overwatch 2 is now my game. I do play Rivals, but only when my friends want to play or if I'm just not in the mood for Overwatch, but I want to play a game on my PlayStation.
My fuse is lit.
As for many other things, we need to accept that some games are just gonna have more, are gonna have competition. I found a video, if I remember to, I'll link it in the description, that was talking about this very topic, about how people on both sides, though mainly more one, are making it seem near impossible
Red hot.
for coexistence. Like,
Bullseye.
I don't know how we got to the point where people feel like you could only play one genre, like one game from each genre. Like I could only play Overwatch for the hero shooter genre,
Hate. Stay out
but
of my
we
way.
have. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with like being dedicated to one, but still playing multiple. Like there are one of my greatest friends still plays Overwatch, but is more dedicated to Rivals because of it's just his preference,
Fuse is lit.
and that is perfectly okay. But he's not holding a gun to everyone's
Double kill.
head and saying it's either Rivals or Overwatch, motherfucker. No, he understands that people may just enjoy one over the other.
Nice try, honey.
So, yeah. Now it's time for the part where, in the part of the video that might get me a bit emotional, it was the whole reason I made this video. I plan to become a full-time Overwatch 2 creator.
I'm on
as a very few of you know, um, I recently spent time in the hospital because of a suicide attempt.
I'm at the top of my
I'm not going to get into the schematics and everything of what caused it, but I was in the hospital due to a suicide attempt. Um, and when in the hospital, I realized one the big reason I did it was because I just have no job. It is 2026. I'm going to be 22 this year, and I am still unemployed. Meanwhile, my younger cousin is only 20 and has a job. I think the only other person in my family that would reasonably be unemployed, like, when I say reasonably, I mean, like, age-wise, they should have a job, but it's age-wise, it makes sense to compare, and that's my older cousin, because I remember he no longer has his job. I don't quote me on that. And having learned this, it just made me feel more and more useless. And after talking to some of my friends, they agreed that this feeling of uselessness has developed into more irritability, anger, and just multiple other things. Because I have a constant feeling and a constant parent feeling of needing to be useful. So, when in the hospital, I realized that Overwatch is a niche I could very much get into. I'm already in multiple servers and things for it. Now I know a bit ago I talked about how I wanted to play music, and while I still may explore the music thing, I realized what really drove me to do the music was another event that I'm not going to get into out of respect for the person that the event was centered around. But having that event conclude made me lose the drive for it. Because as you saw, when I really started to do music, I was pumping out music quite consistently, and now it's rare I even drop a song. But I'm going to try to become an Overwatch YouTuber. And the type of things I will be doing is, of course, upload gameplay footage of like games I'm really proud of, or if there was some dude raging at us in the voice chat that I found really funny, things like that. But I'll also put out other discussion videos like this, or like multiple other Overwatch themed videos. So I'm going to go back to kind of a mix of what I used to do back when I was a Dark Souls YouTuber in air quotes, back during that drama, and what I'm trying to do now, which is more generalized open content with a certain theme. Um, your help would greatly appreciate that. If you could help even just spread the word to your friends, that will, and even if they don't check it out, if you need to do it, to check it out, that is still a view and a possible subscriber for me. Now, I plan to get a normalized schedule. It isn't gonna be daily because this is just a personal thing. But I find daily content, especially the one I'm trying to do, to be a slippery slope to soulless content. Because eventually, you're just gonna run out of things to talk about for discussion. And so then you're gonna stop doing them because why do it if I have nothing to talk about? So then you'll start uploading more and more, for instance, the Overwatch content, more and more gameplay videos. And then it just kind of becomes pointless to upload it. So I'll figure out a schedule, and I will try to start streaming full time, or time-ish, maybe weekly to bi-weekly streaming. But Overwatch content will be my new focus, and will probably be the only thing I upload to this channel, unless like something else demands my attention, or I need to go on a break, and I need to tell you guys about it. But overall, this is going to be my niche. This game is very, very special to me. And another thing that made me really want to do this is an Overwatch YouTuber that's starting to fall off. Not in the sense of like he's just becoming more of a small community YouTuber, because that's what he always was. But he's starting to forget what made him him. The Watchover was a YouTuber I found by randomly scrolling to YouTube and finding his every ability deleted from Overwatch video, which I knew most of them already, having played most of Overwatch's one's lifespan, but overall, it was still a learning experience because there were some things I didn't know about, like Life Weaver's parting gift, because I got into Overwatch 2 in Season 7 because I was gung-ho on not playing it because of the PvE not being in it. That's how my friends got me into it in Season 7, and at that time, Parting Gift was already taken out of the game. But now he's uploading almost daily, which overall isn't fine, but it's the same soulless content I fear I would start making once I started uploading daily. Because like his most recent video, which at time of this video being recorded and part going up, was posted yesterday at 12:05 a.m., which was the most hated maps in Overwatch, which as a standalone video is fine. But it was followed by a video released a day before that, which is the most disturbing Overwatch facts. And that video was 2 days before that, which is every hero explained in one sentence, which sounds like those videos that go like every deadliest insect bite in 10 minutes. Well, yes, it's a good quick video. Just is weird shift-wise, because before he was uploading videos like that were like this, but it just felt more cared about. Yes, overall they're all discussion videos, but these just feel like they're coming out for the sake of having content. Not because he has a new video to play for us. Watchover was the first community I could honestly say I felt welcome in. Yes, like a lot of people, I've spent time in the flats or Emon servers, but I more so felt like a spec and space more than a member of the community. Meanwhile, in Watchover's server, before he ghosted us, I felt like an engaged member of the community. There would be times where he would just sit down for hours and talk to us. We would even talk about the upcoming videos with him. And his editor, Dizzy, we were just, it was just a great time because he felt engaged in his community because he sat down and talked to you. Now, yes, that ends up being one of the bigger names in the Emon. But overall, just with how things have turned out, the Watchover is starting to become a dead creator in the sense of he's making content, but the same thing of I need to get a new video, I need to get a new video, and not for the sake of this is a quality thing. The reason why I'm not going to be a daily uploader is because I'm going to believe in quality over quantity. I would much rather wait, have you guys wait 2 weeks or so for a quality video than me give you 3 shitty videos within 2 weeks. Or something like that. as for the last thing, we're gonna go back to the topic of this. Do I think Overwatch is gonna stay big hype for the rest for like forever? No.
Double kill.
But I do think it's back to what the glory it once had. It has a good competitor in Marvel Rivals
Triple kill.
and a very determined team with very good ideas. Um, Another thing is all these heroes, while not top of the leaderboard, are very good. This is why I think my first discussion video, if it's not the theory,
This'll mess him up.
is actually going to be why I think Mizuki was actually underrated.
大したことじゃないから。
Because I'm not going to go too deep into this because I want to save it for the discussion video. Like, yes, he did need some buffs, like the one they got to the ult, but he's not as bad as people make him out to be even before them. He had the one buff. He was just misunderstood. And there's something with all these new heroes that they have in common. They work the best when your team is together.
Someone needs a hand.
Mizuki, with his Lucio-like passive ability, Jetpack Cat, with how it could literally go into the air, and multiple other things. Emery for being hit scanned, so he's usually going to be
I'll put it all on the line.
in the towards the back line. Honora, or the fuck he's Honoran, how the fuck you say your bitch ass name?
Take some accountability.
With how yes she can't dive, still has the range to pay. In the backline with her team, even though she has the flaker sub role. And then we have Domina, who plays similarly to Rabatra, where she has a deployable shield that stays there until it breaks or a certain amount of time passes. It just kind of seems like a get the team together type unit. So this is clearly Overwatch trying to bring back what 5v5 took. The sense of teamwork. Now, yes, you could argue the team still does work together in 5v5, but it seems a lot less so when you have Sojourn, who could just go behind the enemy team and wipe both supports, then disappear into Narnia. Because another big sell for Overwatch Classic, as I'm going to call it, was that unlike all the team shooters that come out after TF2, this one actually required your team to work together.
Arriva la
You couldn't
punizione!
be solo McSolo's worth and solo everything.
I will show no mercy!
You actually had to work with your team to push the payload, capture the objective, whatever.
Triple kill.
But
Arriva la punizione!
Double kill.
Kneel before vendetta!
this game is just very special to me.
Arriva la
And I
punizione!
want it to do good.
Let the flames
And I know that they have the potential in the community to do so. But yeah. These new heroes clearly promote wanting to really go back to the teamwork focused thing
Double kill.
where most of your team is to like not so huddled up like we're trying not to freeze in a fucking winter storm, but close enough to where I don't have to use a movement ability to get to you so I could heal you. Or most of the time I don't. Like for some cases I will probably need to use a movement ability because that's just how it's gonna be. But most of the time I could just look to the left or the right
Get yourself.
and heal you with whatever thing I need to heal you with.
Come on there.
And then go back to whatever I was doing.
There's no escape. I'm getting into this.
Double kill.
Now, yes, you're gonna have always
Soon now.
have those people who don't do this. You're gonna have the tanks that go in 1v5, 1v6, 1v whatever when they're clearly outnumbered with no support backing them, get fucking body whopped and then wonder why they didn't get in heal. But these heroes are clearly here to promote the OG Overwatch experience of teamwork.
Yappa yameta.
Anyways, that's about all I wanted to talk about.
I don't think so.
So this will be Silent Scarlet signing out. Wait, actually, before I go, so have you saw a lot of my videos where I have the intro, it says a little bit of Slay Productions. For a while I just kept that just for the Dark Souls people to recognize,
There's no escape.
like some Dark Souls people who may not have like community notes turn on or whatever, you know what I mean.
Hurt already?
And then just get a random notification from like, oh, Silent Scarlet uploaded this video. Just so they remember, hey, this is a loop of the Slay, they just renamed it. So I'm gonna change how my intros work. It's no longer gonna say a little bit of Slay presents. It's gonna say Silent Scarlet something. I don't know what it is yet. It might still be presents. Figuring it all out, but a little bit of Slay is has a name outside of my PSN name just because I can't change it. Is effectively dead. In fact, I'm even contemplating deleting Dark Souls 3. But I'll tell you guys about that if I ever do.
Just trying to help out.
Anyways, this is Silent Scarlet signing out, and just stay safe out there.